What is up? This is Dragon Slayer, and I'm streaming live on Twitch. Welcome to our daily grind. Welcome back. Right, I am playing Final Fantasy VI. And this is the intro area. They tell us about how the game works. This is a school for the beginning adventurer. Indeed. Well, nice part is, gives us that. And if we really need it, we can get a save spot here. And that's that. Yeah, we'll come back to this crap. Let's just check the map here. We've got 0 of 10 chests. Yeah, of course. And we can't get back in here just yet. We'll have to come back. Right, so here we go into our first meeting or first sighting of the overworld. And so we come back in here, we go into the town. Narsh, come out here, back to the overworld. Get a save. And we're moving out. Now, I'm probably going to try to do things. Go directions, go places that are not the main path. The path less chosen or less taken. Because this is where the bugs tend to be. If we're going to find bugs, we don't have to, but it's a lot easier to find bugs when you start doing things that are less likely to have been tested thoroughly. There it is. Right, so far the only thing we're able to fight is a leaf bunny. See what kind of variation we get in the woods. Now, when you're in the woods, of course, you get a different background for your for combat. Conceal. Oh, do better, Locke. Now, eventually, Locke gets an item that helps him steal more often. Hey, stole a potion. Good job, Locke. You were useful. Stole another potion. Generally, after you've stolen one item, it doesn't have any more items. And if that's the case, it shouldn't come up with the message, couldn't steal. It should come up with the message, nothing to steal. At least that's the way it was in the original, as far as I could tell. Or, well, well, I'll be perfectly honest. My memory of the original is dated. It's not very good. It's probably not a good way to make comparisons between the two games. So I'll try to avoid that. But yes, if in the previous fight, the second time I tried to steal from it, or the next time I stole from the animal or the monster, after I was successful stealing a potion, it said couldn't steal. It gave the message that, well, it might still have something, but you weren't able to steal. Instead, it should say nothing to steal. If it doesn't have anything, it should say nothing to steal. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it had two things to steal. It's entirely possible. Maybe that's what it's indicating. But we can further test that. Again, what I'll be doing in these videos, our daily grind, is sussing out bugs. My favorite activities. And this is kind of a bug that I've noticed the first time through. And now I have video evidence of said bug. And maybe it's an intentional feature. I think that's the difference between a feature and a bug, is one is intentional and the other is unintentional. Features are intentional, bugs are unintentional features. Right, and again, we're kind of doing the essence of what RPGs are, at least in Final Fantasy, going through and killing many enemies, the same enemies, over and over again. Alright. Couldn't steal. Now that's the message that it has something to steal, but you weren't able to steal it. Couldn't steal. Let's just try to steal. Alright, stole the potion. Message we got. Nothing to steal. Now that's what we should get. We should not get couldn't steal ever. Nothing to steal. Alright. Couldn't steal. So I think that's a bug, don't you? It should just say nothing to steal. It should, if it has nothing to steal, then it should always say nothing to steal. There shouldn't be a chance of it saying couldn't steal. Why is that? Well, it's an indicator, right, of when I could, switch over and attack. So if it says couldn't steal, that means there's still a possibility it has something to steal, which means I'll continue trying to steal instead of attacking. It's just, you know what, it could be done better. And again, I'm not positive on this, but I'm pretty sure in the original SNES version that was the case, that it was set up the way I'm saying it should be instead of the way it is now. Could be wrong. But regardless of whether I'm wrong about that, I'm not wrong about this being a feature we could probably switch and it would be better. And honestly, I'm pretty sure it's a bug. I'm pretty sure the intention is for it to say nothing to steal instead of couldn't steal. And let's just... It seems to happen not just on leaf bunnies, but again, let's make sure we can reproduce this bug. Couldn't steal after we've already stolen. Nothing to steal. See, again, at this point, when it has nothing to steal, it should just say nothing to steal instead of couldn't steal. And I think that's just some confusion in your if-else statement handles that particular logic. It's not they need better logic there. So, bug number 1. There it is. We do have a sleeping bag. That's nice. Probably don't need it. Let's just move on to Z-Town. Get a cure. Get a save. And we're out. Another new area to fight in, the desert. So here's the desert background. Oops. Now, couldn't steal is perfectly fine when it still has something to steal. Boom. Alright, nothing to steal. So we gotta make sure the bug works on... Yep, there's couldn't steal. Right. Just put it on auto combat before ice. There we go. And got a potion on top of the potions we stole. Perfect. So what we got? Let's go ahead and sort by item. Up to 11 potions. Hooray! So I have magic. And I typically prefer magic for healing over potions because, again, I can always get MP back. I can always get potions back too, honestly. I've got Locke here, and he can do all the stealing of potions that I'll ever need. For sure. Enough. Let's save it and move on to the next story bit. Halt! Oh, it's you. Proceed. Well, who am I? Guess we're gonna find out. Actually, before we just kind of walk through here, see what these guys have to say. Can't get there. Go speak to the king. Can't get there. Right, so can't do any exploration yet. Actually, that's not true. Let's just come back here. Another quality of life for this game. The sprint button. Like that a lot. Quality of life improvement. In fact, should have probably been part of the original game design. Right, again, my way is blocked towards to the exploration. Can't get in to talk to these guys in their jail cells. Right, the other way. This guy will stop me from going downstairs. Too dangerous. Right. So, again, our way towards exploration is blocked currently. We have to move towards the story. And going through the story unlocks more avenues for exploration. Ooh, talkie-talkie. Talk to this guy. Get us a tent. And we'll get ourselves some tools. Auto crossbow, noise blaster, bio blaster. Noise blaster has actually become probably my favorite tool, at least for early game, because it really, nothing or everything. Well, you'll see. Let's get to the story. Well, actually, there's 2 more paths for exploration before we get to the story. Treasure! Obtain the Phoenix down. Let's just see. We are 1 of 9 chests in Figaro Castle. Right, so top of the tower. Now we've exhausted all the paths to exploration, at least in the castle. So here we have introduced Edward, King of Figaro. He's in cahoots with the Locke and Company. Young King of Figaro Castle, Imperial ally and champion of the technological revolution, Edgar. And we will keep the names, default names. Right. So Edgar's flirting with Tara. Tara's not going for it. She doesn't want to be wanted for her abilities. Right. So alright, we already talked to these guys. You know what? Just take a look at that. That looks like a treasure chest. Oh, cool needle. See if this guy has one as well. 2 of them. Potion, antidote. Right, we're at 4 of 9. Secret technology. Oh, the way is open to explore now. Alright, let's check out this side first. Well, let's see. Scholars all over the world, blah, 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 studying magic. Right. Again, 1 or 2 sentences each. Right now, the plot is centered around Tara and her magical abilities. Top of the tower on the right side. Advanced weapons get shipped to South Figaro. Good to know. Definitely in the market for some advanced weapons. Cannot sleep in this bed. What if we want to go to South Figaro? I'm all by myself. Going solo. First all we really need in life is Tara, right? So the way there is this way. This cave leads to South Figaro, but I'm afraid I can't let you through. What a jerk. Right. So no South Figaro for me. I wonder if I have any AoEs. Let's say. Or fire. Take that, heathens. Got him. So that's the advantage of using magic, of course, assuming you have MP, which I do not. I'm at 4 of 51. Not good. Get a heal in here, or cure. I can't even cast cure. Alright, let's get back to the castle and get some rest before I die. Right, so the other side, let's explore over here. Takes us to the rest area, I guess. There we go. Rest for a bit. Yes. Alright, so what happens if I go solo back to Narsh? Right, so the advantage of using magic as an AoE, for most part, at least in the early game, is eclipsed by physical abilities that AoEs that do not require MP. So there's practically no use in it. But certainly in this situation where I'm solo, using my lone AoE is pretty effective. I want to go up to the right, northeast now. Again, AoE's just going to be the most efficient way to deal with these guys at this stage. And I know where my next rest is. Deal. Speaking of that, let's refill our life, our health points and MPs. Health point and magic points. And get that save. Now I could have just stepped outside of town and done this, but since it's here, why not? Right, if I try to go back in town, town guard spots me, and I've got to hide. And the only other way is blocked off currently. Secret passage here. So, nothing to do, nowhere to explore. We have one spot to uncover in the southwest section. Right, here we go. Combat. Again, we'll just use AoEs. And here's the area that hadn't been revealed on the map. The Chocobo stall. Chocobo, I don't know. Whatever. Sure. We'll hop on one of those. Alright, so here's what that looks like. Again, we're doing kind of like fake 3D. We have a 3D perspective, sort of, but it's still 2D. I don't know. Doesn't look particularly good, but that's how they did it. Alright, so I should probably get on and actually, or get back to the point, back to the plot, I don't know, the story. Alright. Going back into the castle. Halt! It's you! Proceed! Yes, I get it. It's me. Okay, we now explore the jail. Yes. Guard will let us through. Talk to him again. Keep a safe distance.
What is up?
Uh-oh.
This is Dragon Slayer, and I'm streaming live on Twitch.
Mute you. Mute me. There we go. Now I know it works. Right, so been having some technical difficulties, and I think I've got them all worked out. Looks like it anyways. See if we can talk to these guys. For whatever reason, this guy in the left stall or in the left cage doesn't want to come all the way down. Oh, maybe? There he is. Something smells terrible in here. Oh, I think it's me. Sorry about that. This is Lone Wolf, the pickpocket. See if we can get the other guy. This guy's saying, we're just small potatoes compared to the real threat lurking out there. King Edgar knows that. Yeah, okay. As long as there's other people doing worse things than you, you're fine, right? I don't think that's how it works, bruh. Anyways, that's the message of Final Fantasy, I guess. Alright, let's explore the right side here. Oh, no, we already have. These are the vendors. We already got the treasures. Where else do I need to explore? Oh, left side? Yeah, we'll come over to the left side here. And there is a part here that we still need to explore. That's going downstairs, down this path. Talk to this guy. Come here, you. It's Figaro Castle, the desert castle, something, whatever. Alright, so this is who we need to talk to get things moving again. Edgar has a twin brother, you know. He was such a nice boy, always thinking of his family. Right, here we go. Cutscene. There's Edgar. And then Here is introducing Sabin. Edgar's cried. They're talking about his dad. Edgar's twin brother who traded the throne for his own freedom. Apparently that's what freedom means. Not taking responsibility. Right. At least for Final Fantasy. Right. So, High Priestess still talking about Sabin. Right, His Majesty said he'd marry me when I got old enough. No Sleepy there. Right, talk to the guard up here. And he's talking about the Gestolian Empire has overthrown nations down south, and it's only a matter of time before they make their way up here. That's right, of course. And again, this is just small bits of dialogue that move along the plot, right? Because what do we have next other than arrest? Yes, could use arrest. Now, it's not just moving along plot. They also have some side stuff on the side. Our king showers his attention on women. Young, old, pretty, or plain. No one is safe. So Edgar's a sexual harasser. Not too long ago, the king tried to hit on the high priestess. Oh, did she ever let him have it? I'm sure he's made a pass or two at you already, hasn't he? Tara. Oh, that's what he was doing. Let's see. No, we want to go back this other way. I think. Yes. Oh, gotta talk to this guy. Maybe. Flip of the coin. Ah, yes, here we go. Now we can talk to Edgar again. He's back in the throne room. And here we go. Again, they're just mentioning the Gestolian Empire. Hey, there's someone from the Empire here to see you, sire. I wonder what this could be about. Kefka, no doubt. The antagonist. Alright, here's Kefka complaining about having to come to the desert. There's sand on my boots. Wahahaha. There's a sound effect we'll hear over and over again. Right, so here's Kefka entering Figaro Castle. Here I am, coming out to meet him as Edgar. Can't go backwards. Only one way to go. So clearly, the developers anticipated some person like me going backwards instead of forwards. Well done. Again, that's kind of what we're looking for. That is the method. When we're pointed in one direction, we're supposed to go this way. What happens when we go the other way, right? This is a great way to black box test the black box of the video game. No, we don't have access to the code. No, we don't have access to unit testing. All we have is black box testing in order to study a video game. And that's part of the method, right? It's one way to get at the how the game works, is to identify what's going wrong with it, or to identify things that are not the normal. So Edgar won't give up the Terra to Kefka, and Kefka will in turn do what? Here we go. Where's Terra? Here's Terra. Take her to her room. Let's see. Again, there's not a whole lot to explore at the beginning. I mean, there's the castle, of course, but not a whole lot of other options on where to go at the beginning. It's all very scripted. Here's Terra asking Locke if it's true he's a thief. I'm a treasure hunter. Right, so Locke is to go between the returners and Figaro, I guess. The old man in Narsh is a returner. The Empire? But I'm an Imperial soldier. Not anymore. They were using you, that's all. Things are different now. It's like, no, I still want to kill you. For Locke, it's all that matters that you make your own decisions from now on, as opposed to manipulated decisions, right? So there are certainly, I mean, just within the space of very, a very small amount, relatively speaking, of dialogue, they introduce some really interesting issues, or some really interesting themes. Right, the Empire is attacked. Kefka. Right, again, when we go to move the other direction, we probably missed out on some dialogue with Kefka. Right, Kefka mocking Edgar. Here we are escaping. And the coup de grace. castle transforms and goes underground. Who knew? It's a frickin' Autobot. There we go, under the sand. Sorry about your luck, Kefka. Go! Kill them! That's what Kefka says. It's a back attack. Gets the badge attack armor. The power of the noise blaster. Right, just basically repeat that over and over again and kill them at pleasure, essentially. You don't have to worry about roughly half the attacks. Or maybe 75% of attacks. I don't think they've gotten an attack in a few rounds. Attack themselves. So really, this is the easy mode, right? And I could still do all the stealing I want. I don't know if it's successful. Couldn't steal. Who knows? Right, so it did some magic on its own there. It was scripted. Because I hadn't been using magic up to that point. Apparently the game expected me to, but I didn't, so it did it for me. So it could do this little scripted event before the guy died. Magic! And of course, Edgar's never seen anyone use magic before, and blah blah blah. Alright, back to it. We win. 0 XP, 0 gil. That's nice. Right, so there's Kefka. Son of a... I can't speak. Son of a sandworm. You'll pay for this. I know, Kefka. I know. Alright, so were those bad people? I'm scared. Tara, there's someone we'd like you to meet. Like I told you before, we're members of the Returners. Would you be willing to meet our leader? Magic is going to be key to winning this war. Magic. She doesn't want to be used for her magic abilities. Tara's an alien. Something. Alright, so onwards to the cave to South Figaro. Too easy. Alright, so this is where the castle used to be. No mas. And we'll just come around here to the cave. Disembark. Get a save. Probably heal up real quick here. Good enough. Right. So now when we talk to the guard, guard moves and we move forward. A recovery spring. So this is one of the few dungeons where you basically get a free tent. You just hit this and now our hit points and our magic points are back to max. Let's get a quick save. And the turtle over here does not play a role currently. The game does reuse this dungeon, recycles it later. So let's go ahead and make use of that noise blaster again. And I suppose in the interest of moving things along, we'll just go ahead and knock out some AoEs on these guys. And there it is. And let's cover that MP. We could just sit here and grind out for days, really, if we wanted to. Nice grind spot. Now, on the other hand, we could stop using MP, conserve that, and just go, say, the Bio Blaster, bag, steel. That way we excuse me. That way we're using attacks that do not use MP up, and we could use those indefinitely, right? We don't have to manage any resource, just go to it. And we leveled up. Hooray! Right, we're at one of 3 chests. Right, the other AoE that Edgar has is the auto crossbow. Again, these were items we bought at Figaro Castle. and does not cast or does not cost magic points, but it gives me a nice AoE. You can take down basic enemies. You can take out the trash pretty quickly, right? This way we can just conserve Terra's magic points for cure spells in between fights. Right, so there's a treasure chest. Stole a potion. And they also dropped a potion. It's nice of them. There's treasure chest number 2. Right, Phoenix down. Now it's treasure chest number 3. That should be all of them. Let's just double check our map. In the South Figaro Cave, we are at 3 of 3 chests, 0 of 0 items. South Figaro Cave complete. Still need to head back to Narsh Mines and get that other treasure chest we missed. And of course, there's plenty of chests at Narsh that we also need to get. So, most of these we could come back to, but some of them, once the world changes, we'll be able to get. Some of them we have to get the first time through the dungeon, otherwise we won't be able to get them. But that's not the case for anything so far. Should be able to go back and get anything we've missed. Alright. So let's just go down here to the exit. Maybe? Yeah. Seems like one too many rooms for an exit, but whatever. And we use a tent. Really didn't need to, but there it is. That's Edgar's tent. Each of the characters has a different tent. Why do they keep messing up my formations? Of course, Terra's supposed to be at the start of the formation. Duh. She's the leader. Right, moving forward. Hey, there's Shadow. Come back here, you. Can't talk to him. Until he gets inside, but at least now we know where he went, right? Oh. Speaking of sprinting. Alright, so here we're introduced to the Relic System. Again, this helps supplement the passives, whereas job systems, like let's take Octopath Traveler, which is a great game, and it's kind of the evolution of games like this. You have the job system where you have a series of passive and active abilities. And this sort of simulates the passive abilities, right? You can equip relics to gain various abilities, and again, various passive abilities. And in fact, they can even grant you the ability to do things like a mug, for instance, as opposed to steal. You could do damage when you're trying to steal, which is nice. And they mentioned the best item in the game, the Dragoon Boots. Everyone wants to be a Dragoon. That's what you should. Right, so sprint shoes. Pretty nice to have. Let's see, how much money we got? Probably won't end up using any of this crap. But at the beginning of the game, at least we'll have something to equip. Alright, there we go. It's weird. Figaro Castle stood up to the Empire. Great, now we'll all be drawn into the war. That's right. Yeah, blame us for doing what you should have done. Right. So for 80 gil a night, gil is the currency in Final Fantasy. Now we're moving fast. Did I mess up my formation again? Good. Oh, let's see. Try to talk to everyone because I usually have something important to say. Beyond Mount Colts lie the Saber Mountains, right? That kind of gives us a clue where potential place where we could be going. It's probably the next place to go. People were salty because people of Figaro Castle made the Empire mad. Right, there's a nasty draft in this room. That's because there's a secret passage. Now we're probably here early. Right? This is where we will eventually meet Celis. A save. Hmm, 500 gil. An old clock. It's ticking. Got some more treasure chests here. Empty. 1500 gil. Let's take a look. We're at 3 of 13. 4 of 13. Boom. So that works. An old clock. It's not ticking. Right, well, clearly we can't get through here just yet. So, moving out. Another treasure chest. Hyper wrist. Boosts the wearer's strength. Not sure if that helps with abilities or not, with tools or not. We'll see. Okay, explored as far as we could go there. Yeah. Right, and a lot of these characters have different things to say as the game progresses. So it's worth it to come back and talk to them. Alright, there's an item, Phoenix Down, in that barrel. That's 1 of 10 items. Ooh, little secret room, secret area back here, behind the building. And here's a clock. And what do clocks have a lot of? Wall clocks have in Final Fantasy VI? Elixirs. Right. So if you ever see a wall clock, always check it for an elixir. There we go. Ooh, another secret passage. Takes us to a different building. Obtain the potion. Again, we're up to 2 of 10 items. 3 of 10 items. Because we got that elixir. What did this guy say? Alright. Welcome. Great sword. Sounds good. Already have a noise blaster. Already have a bio blaster. What's this guy got? Some armors. Ah. So we want 3 of those. 1 of these. 1 of those. And we still need to buy items, like tents, which are 1,200 apiece. So quickly running out of money. Where are the items? Okay, we can check. There's the item shop over there. Alright, we gotta get Grandpa some cider. But that's not till later. Here's the item shop. One of the interesting things about this RPG, of course, is that the items that you find in the item shops are things you might actually want to buy. And say a lot of MMOs, RPGs today, most of the items in the item shops are just like junk. Why would you even buy them? Why would you buy weapons from any weapon shop in any MMORPG? There's always better stuff to be found. Now, there's certainly better stuff to be found in this game as well, but they're really pretty much everything in these item shops are things that you will want to buy. Let's see if we can maybe to 2 tents. Quickly running out of money. Since we do not have an Isuna spell yet, we're going to need these items in case we get affected by poison, petrification, and silence. I'd say petrification would be the big one, because that could basically kill the party. And we do have a spell for poison, removing poison, so I don't think any of the things we bought protect against petrification. Okay, this one prevents poison. This one prevents petrification. Jeweled ring. And darkness. There we go. Good to go. Found a green cherry. Alright, let's collect shadow. Talk to all these people. Let's get a quick save. They're talking about Duncan, the Sabin's master. And here is Shadow. Let Shadow die the last time through. Sorry about that. Sorry, Shadow. It's not really a choice. It's obvious that Shadow's going to die if you don't make the right choice. I don't know. It's kind of cheap, I think. But nonetheless, we will make sure Shadow lives this time. I'll alert you to the spot where you need to make the appropriate decision. He comes and goes like the wind, swearing allegiance to no one. Hidden behind his wintry gaze lies a face known to none who live. Shadow. Right? There it is. Yeah, that's Shadow, right? He's an assassin. He'd kill his own best friend for the right price. Talk to him again. Nope, nothing. Leave us. The dog eats strangers. Me too, Shadow. Me too. Alright, can't talk to the bartender. So, guess we're not collecting Shadow here. That's okay. Probably means we collect him on Mount Holt somewhere. I think I've got everything I need. Let's get, besides the save, of course. Let's see. What do we have up here? It's Duncan's cabin. What's that smell? What is that smell? This tea. It was his favorite. Dane potion. These dishes, they're just like the one he always used. What could this all mean? These flowers, he's always like these. Game is giving us clues. Rest for a bit? Of course. Let's all rest together. Right, we've rested. We're good to go. Collected. Oh, cutscene. Could Sabin be living here? Yep, that's probably what it means. Hey. Right, so here we introduce Vargas, Duncan's son, and Duncan is rumored to have died, so Sabin has gone to save him on the mountain. Boom. Again, very few lines of dialogue, but moves along the action of the plot. Gets us back to the action quickly. Pew, pew, pew. Got him. Level up. Let's get a save. Onwards to victory and adventure. Here's Mount Colts. I should equip her with that new sword. She'll probably do a little more damage. Tara's actually a good warrior. She can do whatever she wants. There we go. Now she has a heavy shield and great sword. Right, everyone's been upgraded as far as their gear. Cha-cha! Stole an antidote, so it's good. She's hitting a little harder. That was a critical hit, of course. Still, clearly better damage. The main gosh. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at it as an item. Oops. So here's the weapon we just picked up, a short dagger that sometimes parries enemy attacks. Woohoo! And here's what it does. And here's who it can be used by. It's nice. Again, It's a quality of life improvement from the original, I think. Oh, let's see. There we go. Improves my agility. The better weapons tend to also improve your attributes. So there's that as well. Kind of standard fare for RPGs, but really it started here. At least for video games. But Dungeons and Dragons, of course, had pluses to various things. You could get like a +2 sword of dragon slaying or something along those lines. Not sure if you could improve your attributes with weapons in D&D though. You could improve your to hit. Your THAC0 to hit armor class 0, right? Let's just come back here. I think I might have missed a treasure. See, there's a treasure I missed. Actually, I think I'm supposed to go this way. We can come back to that treasure. And so now we have, instead of the an illusion of being able to explore, we can actually choose different paths here. And some paths, some of the alternate paths lead to treasure. And we're at 2 of 4 chests. Let's check our local map here. 1 and 2 visible on this part. So clearly the treasures are either within the caves or on the next section. So right, I don't see any treasure here. Can always check. Right, moving out. There's Sabin. I mean, a mysterious figure. So when they get you in a back attack, of course they get to attack you first. Fights take a little longer. Let's do a little more damage. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and cure. Oh, look, safe spot. So let's check out our tent. Again, each of the characters has a different tent. Hera's tent, pink with a orange ribbon on top and sparkles. Oh, I forgot to save. First rule of RPGs, save often. Slightly tougher monsters now. They poisoned me. These bastards. You know what? see. Doesn't seem to be doing much. Let's give it to her instead. He can wear the sprint shoes. And let's use Poisona. Poisona, I think would be the pronunciation. And maybe bring in another heal, another cure. And perhaps quick save. Why not? I know we just saved. It's overkill. And there is... being too much can be a thing, right? Although the reasons for that are not completely obvious at the beginning. There are spots where you could be using your autosave to... or your quick save to screw you, basically. To make it so you can't... there's situations you can't get out of. Right, let's just take a look at the map. Where are the other two chests? Don't seem to be on this map. Just double check. Is it just me, or is the Hyperist really not doing anything in terms of damage? Oops. Right, again, we're rocking the Hyperist, and it's increased my strength, but I don't know that it's actually improved anything. So maybe I'm just wrong about my assumptions of what strength does. My assumption is that it would improve damage. Missed. I guess it's a little bit more damage. I don't know. Well, I guess their strengths aren't that different. And yeah, unequipping that. Let's see what happens when we unequip it. All right. Let's compare the damage. Trillions, like for like. Like damage to like damage, 84. She's still doing the same exact damage. So maybe strength is purely defensive? I don't know. That's weird. Or maybe it's a bug. Guess that's something I can look into, right? Because certainly the internet has plenty of guides and no doubt tell me exactly what the mechanics of the attributes are, but my assumption has always been that, hey, strength leads to more damage with melee weapons, right? I don't know. So 31 strength, doing the same damage, so when we equip Hyperist. So not really sure if it's a bug with the Hyperist. It's showing that it's increased the strength, but there doesn't seem to be any difference in the mechanics, what's actually going on. So maybe strength just increases the amount of damage that, or reduces the amount of damage you take. That's a possibility. Let's see what kind of damage you take. But it seems like it would be something to do with the weapon, right? Hyperist implies that you're using it to increase your ability to hit hard with your weapon. I don't get it. Maybe, I don't know. clearly something that I need to do some research on, and that's the point here is to have a recording of the bugs, right? And identify those bugs and then kind of suss them out, do some research, and come back and continue, right? Write it out is the big thing. Record them so that when I'm making my own games, I don't make the same mistakes or bad decisions, right? And also gives me an idea of how to debug my own games, what to look for, what to watch out for. Lessons learned. That's the point of this. Hopefully, it's entertaining as well. Right. So it doesn't seem like she's taking less damage. Again, I'm just curious of what the Hyperist actually does, what strength actually does, because it doesn't seem to be doing anything right now. All right, this is Vargas, Duncan's son. Duncan's son. Now we're gonna fight. Can't steal from the guy in back right now. These guys are in the way. I wonder if Bioblaster. I meant to use Noise Blaster. Gale Cut. AoE damage. Speaking of AoE. Boom. Maybe strength adds to critical damage. Let's use Noise Blaster, see if that works. Didn't it work? I guess it didn't work. Stole a high potion. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, people are about. Yeah, doesn't work. And I'm about to die, so might want to take care of that. Oh! Oh, that's not. This isn't going well. I guess I could bring my guys back to life. Have some Phoenix Downs. 4 of them. It's not going to matter. Oh no! And I'm dead. The party was defeated. Game over. Right? So instead of giving you a game over screen, they give you start from recent save data. Again, and this was the quick save. So we can come back from that. And there we go. Alright. So that's what happens when you die. You just go back to the last save. And that's why you have to save often. Right, again, we're looking for Sabin, but we found Vargas instead. Right, let's try not to die this time. These guys do a fair amount of damage, so we'll just continue curing, auto crossbowing. Stole a potion from Vargas. Woo! See if he has anything left. Couldn't steal. Not the same as nothing to steal. Or at least it should. But it probably is. Probably has nothing to steal. Nothing to steal. Now we know. Alright, we'll just continue curing with Terra. Vargas says, enough of this. I'll send you all to the blah, blah, blah. That's enough, Vargas. Ah, if it isn't Sabin. Why, Vargas? Why did you kill Master Duncan? Why? Vargas, why did you kill Master Duncan? There we go. How could you murder your own father? Right, so there it is. I'm an actor. The fool snubbed me, his only son. He chose you as a successor. That's not true. He wanted you to be a successor, not me. He knew you had the most potential. That's right. Right. Blah, blah, blah. Vargas is jealous. Sabin's gonna beat him down. Alright. Fate will send you to your doom. Now if I choose different. Right, so I have doom on me. A ticking clock. Let's give him a little meteor strike. Can't see. Alright. There we go. Meteor strike. Uh-oh. Ooh, 396 damage. Raging Fist. Alright, so it gives you instructions on how to use a blitz, even though we already know we just used one. But we didn't use the right one. So here's the right one. Arrgh! You already learned that technique? Vargas, if only you hadn't been so consumed by pride. D-E-D. Got him. Right, so Edgar and Sabin are twins. Right, we're onward. We're off to see the returners. Right, we won't be the lapdog of the Empire. Sabin wants to help. Right, do it for Duncan. Alright, now that we've got Sabin in here, we still don't have his AoE yet, which I believe that comes probably at level 20, so we've got a ways to go. Maybe he learns it at some point before that, I don't know. But most of them are based on level, although a few of them you can find. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, we could go ahead and make use of the very faster. We've got 2 damaged people here. Aura cannon. Uh-oh. My joystick might be jacked up. It's your basic fireball from same. It's like the Haruken in Street Fighter 2, right? Oh, it's that same joystick movement. So if you played Street Fighter 2, you'll be used to using the various joystick movements to cause Sabin's blitz abilities. And take a look. Raging Fist, left, right, left, A, or cannon, down, diagonal, left, down, I don't know, southwest, how about that? And left. So down, left, down, down, left, left, how about that? And A. And then Meteor Strike, right button, left button, down, up, A. And for these, there we go. So if you're using the keyboard, it would be this instead. Okay. Let's take a look at the abilities. Oh, I also like that it flawlessly changes from keyboard to controller. That's nice. It does it pretty well. Right. Let's get a little bit of heal action in there. Okay, we gotta go down. Oh, who's poisoned? Sabin's still poisoned. My bad, Sabin. Meteor Strike. Probably the best one out of the bunch at the beginning. You guys stop poisoning me, please? That would be great. Except it doesn't always work, apparently. Meteor Strike? Well, it doesn't work on flying creatures, boys. That's why. That's probably why I don't use Meteor Strike, because it's only certain characters, or only works on certain monsters. There is one that it famously works on. We'll get to that. Let's see. Am I out of Magicka? Yep. So I really need to get to a tent. Of course, more poison. Let's see. Use the last of my Magicka to heal that guy. Now I could use an Ether. I think I've got one of those in my inventory. But we're pretty close. Just make sure I go to the right spot. There's the spot I'm looking for. To the left. Got him. Alright, let's use our tent. Again, it's critical to manage your MP in between tents, essentially. And it's typically why I favor physical attacks over Magicka or magic attacks, because clearly if I can get an AoE physical attack, that costs me no MP, thus making it easier for me to manage my MP for boss fights, for healing, and that. Clearly, it's the way to go. I did not save. Saving is the way to go. Oops. Still haven't found all the treasure chests here. 2 of 4. Finish that out. See what Sabin has for equipment. Right, here's the cave. Treasure's not in this part. So miss it at the beginning somewhere. It's alright, nothing at the beginning was poisoning me, so managing that MP should be somewhat simpler for this part. Alright, yeah, I know where this goes. That goes down to the treasure. Oops. Ah. What is that? A bridge to nowhere. Right, again, this secret path here, semi-secret, is marked by this plant. Nice of them. Right, I think there's a path up here we might not have taken. It's probably where our 2 extra treasures are. Got him. Right, everyone's healed up. Treasure! Boosts wears physical attack. Alright, go ahead and cast Cure and get a quick save. So, We are at 3 of 4 treasure chests at Mount Colts. Again, I don't see any treasure chests in this part of the cave. And this is the end of the cave. So, where's the other treasure chest? Clearly missing something. That's the last tent. Okay, get us a save. Let's go back in and track this thing down. Right. Oh, we got the 2 treasure chests are out in the open. So it must be over there. Somehow I missed it. Right, not there. Right, this one goes down to the open treasure chests here. Right, this path goes out to the treasure chest we just picked up. Oops. Surrounded. There's one thing should point out about this. Won't get the opportunity to. It's alright. Come back to that situation. Right, this comes down to this other open chest. So that's 3 on this side. My guess is the other one is on the other side, but I didn't see one over there, so clearly it's something I'm missing. Also may be possible that perhaps I don't have access to the part of Mount Holt where the last treasure chest is. Entirely possible. Something I have to come back for. Got him. Alright, let's just heal up and get a save. Not gonna bother with the tent just yet. Ah, perhaps it's in that little cave that I neglected to go to. Seems like a possibility. Good possibility. That is, in fact, what I missed. Most obvious thing. First nice thing about going the wrong way in this game is that you gain levels as a result. Level up. So now we got Sabin at level 13 already. These guys are so good. Boom. To like area of effect abilities, AoEs. There's the treasure chest. Obtained a tent. And quick save. Check our map. Indeed, 4 of 4 chests. Alright, no AoEs for Sabin yet. Let's go ahead and get us a cure. And a quick save. And we're out. Get a real save. Oops. Check the map. Right, so looks like there's one place where we can go. It's not been uncovered on the map yet, but clearly we're in this valley and there's no other place we can go besides that spot there. Again, nowhere else to go. The Returner's Hideout. Now let's go and get a save. Actually, this might be a good place to wrap it up for now. Okay, so we've gone basically from the beginning of the game up to, we went through Figaro Castle, Figaro, down the South Figaro through the Figaro Cave, and then Mount Holt, found Sabin, and now we are at the Returner's hideout. So, good start. Saw a couple bugs and probably, well, at least one bug and probably another bug that we'll see after I do some research. I'll take a look at it and then rewatch it and see what I missed. Write it all down and then come back and do it all again next time. So that's the plan. Check us out on our daily grind on Twitch. We'll be playing Final Fantasy VI and hunting down bugs and recording them. So thank you, Twitch viewers. Appreciate y'all. Dragon Slayer out.